Looks like we got a goose stuck behind the netting of the semi-free range chickens. Hello everybody. It's about 7:45. I just need to go and check on things, grab the dog's bowls, and thought I'd take you guys along with me. We literally just got back from a trip to 3 different Lowe's. I'll tell you about it. I'm gonna go back inside after I collect this stuff and we'll talk a little bit more. So we're just gonna get stuff done right now. Where did I feed Winston today? I don't always feed them in their dog houses. Sometimes the dogs have no interest in following me to the dog houses and eating, and then I leave their food there and either the other dog eats it or the chickens come and eat it, the ones that are not behind that netting. So I then pander to their desires of where they want to eat, and sometimes that means I can't find where the bowls are. Anyway, down Winston's bowl, Levi did follow me to his bowl, or to his doghouse, so we're gonna walk up there and grab his bowl. Hi buddy, hi, hello. Yeah, we've been gone for so long, I know. Where did we go? Where did we go? We went off to Homestead again, kind of like what you guys have been doing. Yeah, kind of like what they've been doing. How you doing, Winston? The bats are out. Looks like Johnny Five's been doing his work. Look at those beautiful lines. He's stuck right now. He got stuck in a ditch or a hole that I need to fill with dirt because he keeps getting stuck in that same area. But it's not critical at this point for me to do that, so I'm not doing it. Looks like Kinsley's trying to find a place to go to the bathroom, and it sounds like one of the chicks is out. Is that right? Yeah, one of the chicks is out. Chick, you're gonna die if you are out here by yourself. What are you doing? What are you doing by yourself? What are you doing? I got the chick all settled. So I got their bowls so I can come back out in a little bit after I'm done talking to you guys, and I'll give them their food. You, sir. You're such a ham. You're such a ham. You really are. You just love the belly rubs. Yes, you do. You just love the belly rubs. Yes, you do. You're such a good boy. You are. You're such a good boy. Yes, you are. Yes. Oh, you're all downhill. You're upside down and downhill. You're upside down and downhill, you silly boy. How you feeling, Winston? You're looking kind of sluggish today, bud. Oh my goodness, you're so jealous. You're so jealous. You're such a jealous boy. Okay, let's go get that goose out of the net, and then we're gonna head inside and talk about the day. There's a few things to talk about. One of the things that my friend Mike wanted to do when he was here was drive the tractor. And so I had him drive the Avant tractor, and I made him pick up a couple pallets just to use the fork and just for fun. He didn't really do anything with them. I didn't ask him to. So I have to put those pallets away. By the time that he was done with the pallets, the meat was ready, and Katie needed help getting it out of the smoker, so I wasn't there to help him put it away. All right, Goose, what are you gonna do? Let's see, how are we gonna do this? Let's just open this side up over here, and maybe I can get you to run. This is probably gonna be what do they call them? A wild goose chase. Except for it's not wild. And I'm not gonna chase it too much, but we'll see how it goes for now. Kinsley, you stay out. Dad, you stay out. Levi, you stay out. All right, let's see if we can. So look at this mama hen with her 2 chicks just sitting out in the middle of the field. Like, that's the worst place for you to be. Okay, Goose, you are going completely the opposite direction of where you need to be going. You're being just ridiculous, yeah. There we go, come on, all the way up, let's go. There we go. Levi, you need to get out. You're gonna block the goose. No, don't go that way. No. You dogs, what are you doing in here? Oh my goodness. No, 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 no. Okay, I'm not gonna chase you much more. You got one last chance to get out before I just give up on you. There we go. Good job. Okay, boys, come on, let's go. Come on, let's go. Come on. Come on, Levi, you're gonna get stuck. Levi, let's go. Come on. Come on. Let's just not go slowpoke. Come on. Pick up some speed, buddy. Kinsley, out. Let's go. No, out. Levi, Michael, would you get your second gear in motion? Come on, get it out of first. There we go, good job, thank you. Okay, I'm going to meet you guys inside. It's crazy how fast things get messy again after all that work of cleanup. As you guys know, I'm working on tile, and it's not going well. What I've put up looks fine, but it's been frustrating. Anyway, I got tile laid all over. I got tools all over for tile work. What a mess. What a mess. All right, so need to go feed the dogs after I'm done chatting with you guys. I need to edit this, and then I think I'm gonna also have to edit Kraemer Life. Yeah, the Kraemer Life video for Sunday, because my son, who typically does the editing for me, he has been sick for the last few days, and he can't make it. He can't do this editing for me, so I'll be doing the editing this go around. But tomorrow, gonna spend probably up until about 2 o'clock or so, from 8 to 2 probably, with my friend Wilson. So here's what we're gonna do. This ties into what I was talking about yesterday. Yesterday I mentioned how the dogs got out and they were at the street the other day. So I did figure out where they're able to get out of that internal fencing that I have. And basically, if you were to go out our driveway and turn left, head down the road, you would pass the second gate rather, and then you come up to the third gate, and the third gate and the fourth gate are where the 70s house is, which is still very overgrown, and the machine shed is right there. And there's 3 very large oak trees, very large, very, very, very large oak trees there, 2 of which are very dead and one's not dead. Well, right there is where the internal electric fencing corners off and then starts heading towards the gray barn and towards the red barn. And an oak tree, one of the dead oak trees, dropped 2 very large limbs on top of the fence there. Thankfully, it's just the electric fence, and it's just down, it's down. And so the dogs can just jump right over that, no problem, walk over it. And then they have access to the other 30, 40, whatever acres out in that direction. I don't know how they're getting on the street. I think what they're doing is following the fence all the way to the creek and crossing through to the creek and then heading back and getting onto the street. Because I walked the fence line yesterday and again today and tried to look for any spots that they can get out along the roadway and up towards, and then heading or making a right turn and heading towards the creek. Didn't see anything that would allow them to get out. So Wilson's coming tomorrow. We're gonna first work on getting that fencing fixed, get the very large oak limbs chopped up into firewood type size pieces and drag it out of there. Probably bring the tractor back there, mow a little bit, do a little bit of cleanup and get the fence line up and working again. So that way the dogs stay internal to the internal fencing. So, and then we're gonna be working on something that I'm really excited about, and that is taking down the 1922 barn and getting a couple of those 30-foot posts out of the barn so that way I can start finishing those, the wrapping of the beam at some point in my life. So yeah, so after that, then I'll probably do some final editing for the Sunday video for the Kraemer Life. It's gonna be a busy day tomorrow. But the dogs, the good news is this morning the dogs were not out of the property, but they were out of that internal fencing. I could not find them for about 45 minutes, and I took the lawnmower up and down the street looking to see if they had gotten out, if they went to a neighbor's place, if they were at the neighbor's creek area where they used to go a couple years ago. I didn't see them at all, thankfully, out of the property. So I made my way back, and Kinsley and I then headed down towards the creek, and I thought maybe, no, that was the other day. So I headed down towards the creek, and as soon as we got to the place where we could either take a left to head to the mill site or just continue straight down to the creek, the dogs ran up beside us, behind us. So they were somewhere in the no-go zone between the internal fencing and the perimeter fencing, doing whatever they were doing. So need to get that internal fencing fixed tomorrow, should be good, so that way the dogs can stay contained in the first, I think it's like first 15 acres of the property. Maybe 20, I don't know how big it is. So that's the first thing. And then last night after I was done recording Kick, I had mentioned during recording Kick that today what I was gonna do, instead of more tile work, is I was going to finish up the trim and the towel bars and stuff in the hall bathroom. Well, I didn't do that today because after filming Kick last night, I had a little bit of burst of energy, and I decided to do a third row of tile. It did not go well because what had happened was I found out that I have two different sizes of tile. So it turns out when tile is made, and probably various other construction materials, they're made in batches, and each batch is the same, but it doesn't mean that the next batch is the same. So these tiles we purchased them at different times. So unknowingly, I bought two different batches of tile. So the first two rows were from batch M2, whatever that means, and the third row that I tried to install last night was from a batch called M3, and I was struggling. I could not get them to line up properly because I would put a tile up and it would be off to the right or to the left by 1/16 of an inch, and that's as much gap as I have with my grout line. I was like, what in the world is going on? It was too wide, but it was the same height, if that makes sense. So something was strange about these tiles, and I did not know what was going on. So I put up like almost the entire back wall, and other than in the corners where it wraps, and it just didn't look right, and it was really bothering me. And so I ended up taking those all down and wiping all the mortar or whatever, the tile adhesive off of both the back of the tile and the wall, and just cleaned up everything and said, you know what, this is not gonna work. So then I was talking to my brother last night, and he mentioned that, yeah, things are made in batches and they can be different. So sure enough, today I looked at the different boxes, and the boxes that are the same size as the tiles that I put up are from batch M2, and the boxes that I tried last night, or the tiles that I tried last night, was from M3, and I had like, most of my boxes were M3, and I had already stuck up M2s. So I ended up going to 3 different Lowe's today to find the 6 more boxes that I need of M2 batch tiles, which I did find, but it took me 3 Lowe's. Thankfully, they weren't too far away, because basically I drove all the way to Johnson City because their website said that they had the most, so I figured they had the best selection to figure out, to choose from, and they had 4 of the M2 boxes. And then since I had to drive back anyway, I was passing through Jonesboro, and they have a Lowe's, so I stopped there, and they had 2, actually they had multiple boxes, but I grabbed the remaining 2 M2 boxes that I needed. And then we sometimes stop at the Greenville Lowe's. And so we stopped at the Greenville Lowe's because there was a couple other supplies that I needed. And there is, Kinsley likes going to that one because there's really good treats. She didn't get any treats at the Johnson City or the Jonesboro, but she gets treats when we go to the Greenville one or to the Newport one. We have so many Lowe's around us, it's ridiculous. And so typically when Kinsley gets treats, she's very excited about the treats, but she wants nothing to do with the person giving them the treats. I mean, she'll let them pet and stuff, but like if they try to grab or try to, take Kinsley or whatever, she wants nothing to do with it. She will not go with anybody else. Man, I want to spray these things so bad. Well, there's this one person, her name is Danielle, that Kinsley absolutely loves and will actually let Danielle walk her on a leash, will stray away from Katie and I when we're there. And it's crazy. She'll follow this Danielle person. So she got lots of treats from Danielle today, which is nice. Made Kinsley very, very happy. So yeah, so we just got back. We were out and about for about 4 hours today, and man alive. But I think I have enough tile that will now match the size that I've already put up. So I was able to put up one row today of the one remaining box of M2 batch that I had. So I have 3 rows up now. I won't do any tiling tomorrow, and then I'll start again on Sunday for a couple hours. So I should be good. So fingers crossed, fingers crossed. Yeah. I think that's kind of it. That was the updates. Dogs, figured out where the fence line was broken. Gonna get it fixed tomorrow with some help. Issues with the tile. Kinsley having fun with all the treats. Katie has made it to her new destination, so she'll be there until Wednesday. I don't think she had any issues with flights, which is great. No delays or anything, so that's really good. Yeah, so I think that's kind of it. Still got fruit flies in the house. I just don't know what to do with these things. Keep spraying them, keep killing them. They keep coming back. No idea. It's not as bad as it used to be, but man, it's just, as soon as I see one, it drives me nuts. Drives me nuts. So anyway, that's that. I will see you guys on Tuesday. Katie will not be with us on Tuesday because she doesn't get back until Wednesday. So you won't see her until probably the Friday episode. Anyway, I'll see you on Tuesday. You guys have a fantastic weekend. Appreciate you watching.